Now that we have everything set up, we can actually finally get into placing some ads. And I'm going to show you how this works first on a general demographic, like most people are going to start with when they first try to place an ad. So you're going to go over here to your tab, and you're going to go to Manage Ads. Now I have several accounts here. I'm going to just take this one here. You click on your account. You may only have one there. And we're going to go over here to Create an Ad. Now you notice there's different things here. We have sending people to websites, conversions, boost posting, boost promote your page, installs of apps, engagement, all these different types of things. They're pretty self-explanatory if you just hover over them here and this thing pops up and tells you about them. Right now we're going to concentrate on sending people to your website. And for clicks to the website, I'm just going to arbitrarily pick Starbucks, and we're going to promote coffee to people that might be interested in coffee. Okay, now we have the click here. Now we have the images here. You see the different things there, and it automatically is going to pull an image from their site. However, that's not going to be the correct size here. So as you hear, the recommended newsfeed image is going to be 1200 by 628. So if we go here, you can either upload your own images if you have those, or you can even go to Browse Library here, and they have a large number of stock images that you can use in your advertising. Now, images are very critical for when you deal with newsfeed ads and ads in general on Facebook. You want to have something engaging that's going to make interesting. In regards to text, they have something called a 20% text rule, meaning you can only have 20% text on the image. I'm just going to take this one here because this kind of stands out. Pick the image, we go here to Done. Now you see that image is replaced in there. Now you're going to get down to the bottom here, and it's going to say connect to Facebook page. Remember, we just created a Facebook page in a couple videos back. So you're going to go here. Now I have a several Facebook page. I have a page here called Coffee Obsession. So I'm just going to put that in there. You'll see here that the basics of the ad is already populating here as an example to see what people are going to see in the news feed. I'm going to take the headline out here, and let's do something a little bit more engaging. How about something like enjoy something like that. And here you get, this is kind of, get kind of creative with it here. You just want to get someone's attention here because you see this right here. Now in regards to the text, let's say let's say we're promoting another company's coffee or some new coffee on the market. So we're going to take okay. Something like that. And here you can be quite creative about this. You see it's just going to be the headline there. So you're going to have to get something that gets someone's interest. Here we kind of have like, we're asking a question of someone likes Starbucks. Well, they're into coffee. They probably like Starbucks. And now you have this here. And then you're kind of like, okay, well, what's this? What's going on here? Now you have a call to action button here, and this is optional. I recommend using it in most cases. For this particular one, I'd say learn more because it's like, well, I don't know what coffee are you talking about. Let me learn more about that. Now you have advanced options here where if you want to get more descriptive, you see here you can put a link feed description. You can add 200 characters into that. Here we get into conversion tracking, and we're going to cover that in a later video, but that essentially tells you how well your advertising is working and calculating your returns on investments. So now that we have that there, we're going to go back up to here. And you see this is a desktop newsfeed ad right here. Now automatically it's going to want to put a mobile newsfeed ad or right column in mobile apps automatically. I recommend taking all of these off, and if you want to add those other ones later, segmenting them out and adding them their own separate way. That way you can track the return on investment and cost per conversions much easier. So now we're going to go, let's target, let's start here, let's go to the United States. Let's go with Canada. And how about the United Kingdom? And let's say 18 to 65. We're going to take everyone here that speaks English, since our site's in English. And you'll see here you're going to have an audience that's 116 million people. Quite way too general. So we have to narrow it down some more. We could go here from interest, which, you know, well, this is simple. We'll just type in coffee. Okay, so now we're narrowed down to coffee. We've still got 34 million people, so this is by far too many things, you know, as far as an audience. It's right here is a green arrow thing here. What's going to happen though when you're going to that many people, when you're first starting an ad, you're more than likely going to pay way too much per click as what you could really be paying. So we have interest here. We're going to get into this next part here in a bit. We have behaviors, we have other categories and such like that. So you see here we set an ad budget of $5 a day. We can name this ad set. Let's call it Starbucks general demographics, because we're just going to take a very broad thing here so I can show you the comparison as to when you take an ad and then you really start targeting it down. Because right now we're taking all of Canada, all United States, people 18 to 65 who like coffee, which, as you see right here, is about 34 million people, quite a large audience. We're going to start at $5 a day. Here again, you can change this to whatever you want, lifetime budget per day. I usually would say you should try $5 a day on any campaign. It gives you a true test of how well it's going to actually work out. You can always reduce or increase it later. Starting with like $1 or something is probably not going to be enough to give you a true indicator of how well the campaign is going to perform. So now we're going to go down here and we're going to optimize for clicks, because you can either optimize for impressions or for clicks. For this particular example, we're going to optimize for clicks, and we're automatically going to let Facebook figure out, okay, this is what we're going to pay per click. So we're going to go here to review order. And you're going to see here now we're going to be targeting all those in Canada, United States, between 18 to 65 who like coffee and speak English. And this is a news feed ad, and it's going to be sending to our example website here of starbucks.com with an optimized CPM, meaning cost per 1,000 impressions. That's what that CPM stands for. So every 1,000 impressions, this is how much it's going to cost you. And you're going to let Facebook automatically optimize that based upon your budget of $5 a day. You'll never go over $5 a day, and they try to space your ads out far enough through the day so you know uses it evenly through the day. And then we're going to simply click on place order, and then that would actually take it into the review process. Every ad has to be reviewed before they're going to place it. Now I'm going to go ahead and pause that ad because I don't want to actually run that. This is for an example. I have to wait till it goes. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to bidding. And here we see optimize for clicks. Targeting, here's our targeting, just as we did before, and here's your creative. So here's another way you can actually look at your example there. So that's how you would actually place your first ad. Once it's reviewed, and it runs a little while, you're going to start getting more bidding data, and you're going to see what it's going to pay. This particular ad, I would say for that large of an audience, we'd probably be paying close to $1 per click, which is far from what we actually need to be paying. So now that you've seen how we can actually create a general ad and a very broad demographic targeting, in the next video, we're going to cover how you would actually narrow this particular ad down and get to something more likely what you would want to target audience, because people that like coffee in the United States and Canada is not going to be targeted enough. All right, see you in the next video.